Hello everyone, this is NHL Hockey News Sports. Hope you enjoying your day today. In this video, today we're talking about taking a deeper look at the NHL Round Robin Tournament, how it's going to work, the schedule for the Eastern side and the Western side, and how they should not be relaxed either. Even though I made a video about how they should not be relaxed, just like the qualifying teams, these series, they're not going to be relaxed. So should the these seeds for these round robin tournaments should not be relaxed at all. Looking at what we have, of course, we have the qualifying series. Of course, the Leafs and the Blue Jackets, the Penguins and the Canadiens, the Islanders and the Panthers, Hurricanes, Rangers. On the western side, we have the Flames, the Jets, the Oilers, the Blackhawks, the Canucks, the Wild, the Predators, and the Coyotes. So looking at that is your qualifying series. Now, before we get into it, for this round robin tournament, make sure you like, subscribe, and all that. Make sure you hit 300 subs for special videos. So if you're not subscribed, it'd be much appreciated. Thank you so much. So here we go. I got the schedule. Right, these four teams. Of course, it goes 1, 4, 2, 3. Okay? 1, 4, 2, 3 again for the western side. Now let me show you this. Even particularly, we have round robin seeds 1 through 4. So you see here, you got the Bruins, the Lightning, the Capitals, and the Flyers. On the western side, you have the Blues, the Avalanche, the Golden Knights, and the Stars. Now looking at that, that is your round robin. Now they're going to be playing just like the qualifying round, but less games. Or maybe around the same, let's see, 1, 2, 3 games I believe it is. So they're going to be playing similar amount as these qualifying series, but who gets to play well? That's the thing. Now this needs to be as intense as it is because, of course, how do you know who goes well? Let's say the Lightning did fantastic without Steven Stamkos in this qualifying or this round robin tournament. They will be playing the Maple Leafs and the Blue Jackets. If you get number 2, you can play number 4, you play the Penguins and the Canadiens. Number 2, Islanders and Panthers. And number 3 is the Hurricanes and the Rangers. Now, which ones are the hardest? I would say the Blue Jackets and the Leafs, the Rangers and Hurricanes. Those are definitely. And if the Penguins win, that is a tough one. So, put it out there too. Those can be tough ones. Even the Islanders too, or the Panthers could be potential tough ones if you're not ready and if you're not playing enough, because these teams can come off a hard-fought battle during this qualifying round, and they could play a team that if you're not ready, if you're just resting guys, that they can go beat you. So definitely that could happen. Same thing on the western side. Same thing. Now the schedule is for the round robin tournament. We have Flyers versus Bruins, Capitals versus Lightning, Lightning versus Bruins, Capitals versus Flyers, Bruins versus Capitals, Flyers versus Lightning. On the western side, we have the Blues versus the Avalanche, the Stars versus the Golden Knights, the Avalanche versus the Stars, the Golden Knights versus the Blues, the Golden Knights versus the Colorado Avalanche, the Stars versus the Blues. Now you look there, that's what we have. Now these games can be kind of mingled in with these qualifying series, basically with them, so they are in there somehow. They're added in there with each one. I think it starts the round robin tournament starts August 2nd, but the qualifying series starts on August 1st. The first game will be the Flyers and the Bruins, and the Blues and the Avalanche. Of course, the eastern side is Toronto, western side is Edmonton for the arenas. So it'll be 2 round robin tournaments, one on the eastern side, one on the western side, playing on August 2nd, and it skips every other day. So the 2nd you have it, the 4th you do not. The 6th you do, the 5th you do not. So you know what I mean. So what, like I said, Blues, what if they get number 4? That will give them against potentially the Oilers or the Blackhawks. You look at that, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be the same intensity. So we'll see how this goes. Taking that deeper look at, don't sleep on these qualifying teams. Don't think they're bad, because they could be really good. They could be playing really well, and use these round-robin tournament as basically a chance to not make it a preseason game, because if you make it like a preseason game, you're going to lose. By the way, they're all going to be expedition games before this qualifying series and round-robin tournament starts before August 1st, just a little bit before, so use that time to do whatever you need. But when it comes down to this round-robin tournament and this qualifying series, if you want to win the cup, you have to work the whole time. You can't stop and say, well, let's scratch our best players in the round-robin tournament. Not a good idea. Even though the worst you can be is 4, right? You're not out of the playoffs. You're not even out of it. You're guaranteed a spot. Of course, we're finding out which spot you're going, but you don't want to be that person who just if you worked hard and you lost, fine, but if you're not working hard, you scratched a couple players, you're like, yeah, whatever, they don't need to play. They'll play when it has to be serious and it's crunch time. No, bad idea. Many examples in the past, and I know this is different than many examples in the past, but just know that. Okay, so do not become like the Bruins. Whatever team we play, who cares? Or any team. Lightning know that for a fact last year, don't they? So we'll see how that goes. Even no hitting, no fighting, and all that stuff. Contact minimal there, so we'll see how that works out for some teams, because some teams are a little bit more tougher, a little bit more reckless like that, and some teams are more skill-based. So we'll see how that goes. Coaches probably have to adjust their teams, like the Blues are more of a, tougher team, and the Flyers and even the Capitals, more of a team that's more tougher for their team. Of course, other teams too on this qualifying series. But looking at that, they might adjust that. But they can find whatever spot you get. It's gonna be tough. It's not gonna be easy. First round's gonna be of the playoffs. It's gonna feel a little bit different and a little bit tougher. And remember, after you win the first series or that first round of the playoffs, there's reseeding. So top goes to the bottom and all that stuff, the reseeding. We'll get to that when I time, and I'll do a deeper look at that. But this is how it's going to go. Really interesting and different than we ever had before. So NHL had to go around this, try to figure this out. This is the best they can do, and I think it's a pretty cool job and interesting how this whole round-robin tournament will be playing with the qualifying round. And then, by the way, if you lose in the qualifying round, you are